Hi everybody, it's Tony and Ellie here.
Hi.
We've recently got back from travelling through France and Belgium,
Yeah.
and we thought we'd just share our experience with you because we've had lots of people asking us, "Did you feel safe? How was it?" People are a little bit worried. They're still, although we're getting back to normal, people are still a little bit concerned, aren't they? So we're
Yeah.
just coming on now just to share with you exactly our experience. So. Traveling through France, I mean, France is a green list country, so we didn't need to do any quarantine or anything like that. As long as we could prove that we had a double vaccination, we just had a declaration form and that was it.
Yeah.
Straightforward,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And if you're not vaccinated, a
Yeah,
PCR test
yeah, yeah. As long
counts.
as you've
Yeah.
got a negative PCR test,
Yeah.
you're still welcome into the country.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah.
And then we went on to Belgium. And then what was funny was as we was arriving in Belgium, we got a text message to say you get a reference, you need to quarantine, and you need to do a PCR test.
Yeah.
Which we were quite tired because we've been doing quite a bit of driving, haven't we? And then we went out in the morning and just sort of went for a little wander around, didn't we? And then I got a phone call from Test and Trace in Belgium, and they were like, "Oh, you've just arrived in our country, such and such." So I was like, "Yeah, it's myself, it's my wife, and it's our son." And then we gave the details, and they were happy that we had arranged the PCR test.
Yeah.
And they said you must quarantine until you get the result of the PCR test.
Yeah. 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 Because as you went into the country before going, you have to fill in the passenger application form.
Yeah,
Before you go
locator
into
form,
locator
yeah.
form,
Yeah.
before you get into the country, and that's how they know that you've arrived. Coming back was pretty easy, wasn't it? Though by saying that, to try to find somewhere to do the rapid test, what they call there is rapid test, which is the antigen test.
Yeah.
It was very tricky, wasn't it, to
It was
find
very
a
tricky,
place.
yeah. It was a little bit stressful, I must admit, on the final day, because
Yeah.
we were searching, weren't we?
Yeah.
In our Airbnb,
Yeah.
we were searching quite late into the night, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we couldn't find anywhere that
No.
would actually do it and would speak English as well. So obviously, being that you're in
Yeah.
Belgium, it's either French, German, or Dutch.
Dutch, yeah.
And they were asking you if you spoke any of those three languages, which
No.
obviously we didn't. We spoke a little bit, we muddled through,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and but we eventually, because where we stayed in a very small city in Belgium, because it was, this was close to our needs.
Yeah.
And so they didn't do it there, and we had to travel quite a bit to get the test done. And even when we got the main city, or one of the main cities, it was very challenging to find a pharmacy that did the test. Eventually did find one, and they it was pretty easy, although if you've never done a rapid test or the antigen test, it's very painful, because they
put the swab.
put the swab so hard, into your nose, right? It touches your brain, basically. So it was very painful for me.
So I mean, probably most people have done a lat flow test at home, a rapid test. That's what they call it in Belgium. But obviously, when you're putting the thing up your nose, you tend to be a bit more gentle. But obviously, they're physicians, and they need to get. The woman explained to me that the further they go into the nose, the better the test is to determine whether you've got the COVID or not. So Ellie had her head held at the back, and the woman shoved this swab up her nose.
Still for the pain.
You came back almost crying, didn't you?
I did. Almost
But
crying.
she took it a little bit easier on me. I don't know if she was thinking perhaps she went a bit too hard on the first subject, being Ellie. But yeah, we done all right, didn't we?
We did. So Joshua, because it was myself, Tony, and Joshua, didn't have to do the antigen test or the rapid test. Thank God for that. However, he did need, we did book anyway, the second day test.
That's right.
Which, when you fill in the form to come back to the UK, they ask you for the reference number of the test. And they didn't ask for Joshua's, so I thought myself, perhaps we didn't have to buy it. I can send it back. I can send it back when we get into the UK. And but that was one of the first things that the guard asked us. It was Joshua's passport, our
Yeah.
passports, and
Yeah.
Joshua's
As he
reference
got his
number
day
for
two
the day
test.
two
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
So luckily we
So
did
we were
have
like,
that.
phew, thank God for that. we
Otherwise, we
didn't
would not be
cancel.
allowed into the country. So, but overall
We'd still
was
be driving around France at this point.
but overall was really straightforward. We
Yeah.
felt extremely safe. You
Yeah.
know, we went to the Formula One in
Yeah.
Belgium, which is is another story. But we even there we felt really really safe. We didn't feel in any moment that we were at risk. Did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so we really want to reassure people, if you are in two minds about travelling, do travel. All the countries
Yeah.
that usually receive tourists really want to get back to having tourists in the country.
Yeah.
The safest way possible.
Absolutely.
So thank you for
Yeah.
listening, and if you've got any questions, just click on the link below or message us directly.
Yeah, just
Okay?
drop us a message.
Take care.
Bye. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now. Bye.